Well, hello there. Welcome to Marci's Minute. Today I want to talk about talking back to the mean girl inside you. We all have, it's kind of like it would be this little girl or boy, if we're a guy, and then a parent or the mean girl inside that scolds us a lot. And we all have that. Doesn't matter how old we are. It doesn't matter how independent we are or how macho we are. We all have a little child inside us. And then we also have like 25,000 hours of parent tapes inside our head from all the experiences that we've been through growing up, or being told no a lot, or do this better, or what's wrong with you. And so I like to look at it as, depending on the situation, either a parent or voice or a mean girl voice. And I want to talk about the mean girl voice. And like, think about it. When you've done something, you experienced something, maybe you were afraid that you offended somebody by saying something, and so you sent a text to them to just kind of follow up and make sure that, do damage repair if needed. And when the person says to you, no problem, like, I didn't take, nothing's wrong, don't worry. And then that mean girl says to you, like, what's wrong with you? Why are you making such a big deal of things? Right? Or when you do something and then afterward you're like, oh my gosh, should I have done that? And then the mean girl's like, you looked stupid. Why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have said that. You should just be quiet, right? And it's all this mean girl voices that come, and it's our lower brain doing its thing to just try to keep us small. I had a recent experience where I prepared for a class that I was going to teach. And I had all kinds of time to work on it, and I felt really good about it, what I was presenting and sharing. And so the time came, I did it. And then afterwards, the mean girl, after a while, the mean girl taps me on the shoulder and it's like, I don't know that you made any sense. Like, it was bad. You shouldn't have, like, you didn't help anybody. You should have done this better. You should have done that better. And so she keeps yakking at me, and I literally feel like I want to be in the corner, like a little scared little girl. And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, I just have to watch the replay and make sure, get reassurance. So I did. I'm like, that was good. Like, I feel good about that. I'm back to feeling good about it. And then a few hours later, that mean girl shows up again. And she's like, that one concept that you taught, stupid. People are going to think you're weird. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Then I'm starting to believe her, and then I remember my skills. And I'm like, actually, I'm going to talk back to her. And I'm like, so what? So what if they think I'm weird? Maybe I am a little weird, but so what if they think I'm weird? Because you know what? What I shared was so helpful for me when I needed it. So I don't care if they think I'm weird. And so that's where I want you to see, I wasn't like rude to her. I'm just like, so what? So what if they think I'm weird? Maybe I am a little weird, but you know what? What I shared, like, this is where I'm having my back. What I did share is it was like, helped me a lot. So I wanted to see if it would help. I wanted to share it with others because it might help them too, right? And so we want to acknowledge her. Like, she'll suck us in and get us to believe her. And a lot of times when we don't know that it's just a thought, that we believe it. When we don't know that we can actually realize what's going on, and that we can actually acknowledge the mean girl and then speak to her and say, guess what? So what? It's okay. that's where we get empowered by speaking back to that mean girl and moving on, and not letting her bully us, so to speak, to stay small. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But try it out. Try just like, I hear you, and I'm done having this conversation. Actually, I'm kind of bored with it, because the other thing I want to add is that the mean girl, notice this. Pretty much what she says all the time, it's the same story. Same story about what's wrong with us. We're not good enough. You're stupid. Like, you shouldn't have said. It's all the same thing. And we could just be really bored with it and say, I hear you, but I'm done with this conversation. It's actually quite boring. And you move on. All right, you guys have a good weekend, and I will talk to you later.